Hello everybody, this is Lila in Hawaii again. I'm doing some collage with my painted houses and I wanted to record them, so I thought I would make a video of the first one. I painted this today. This was kind of a trial. I just painted this one today onto a textured, it's sort of like a quilt fabric. It's textured, and I thought, well, I wonder how that will work. And I quite liked it because the texture made the walls and so forth of the cottage look really, really like they were whitewashed. And this looked like, concrete whitewashed chimney there. And of course the roof is supposed to be somewhat of a thatched looking roof. It's really kind of like an English or Irish cottage. So I'm going to do a collage, and this is for a magazine. And in order to do that, I haven't even started laying things down, but first of all, I dyed some paper. This is like a heavy tissue paper, and I dyed this with distress inks, things like this. I used 3 colors. I used rusty hinge, and I used peeled paint, and then I used one of these which said mango. And I did the technique where you put that onto some slippery paper of some sort, or plastic, and spritz it with water and then lay your paper down on that. So I did that, and this is how the paper turned out. It's quite strong paper, and in order to use it I probably would not use it exactly like that. I'm thinking I'll be crushing it up, so I like to wrinkle it up in my hands and then open it up and tear it into pieces and so on. So that's one of the items I'm going to be using. I also did go ahead and dye a bunch of fabric. I dyed some silk and I pleated it. And I have no idea how I'm going to use that yet, but I've dyed that in colors that I feel like will go. And I found a piece of silk handkerchief, sort of a beigey brown, that I'm going to use. I also have a piece of paper. This is some sort of textural paper, and it's coffee dyed, so I'm going to use that. Possibly, I'm not for sure. And then, let's see. I also have some ribbon, which is two-sided. It's this side and this side. It's green on one side. It's sort of a shot, I call it shot ribbon. So it has 2 sides to it, and it's nice if you sculpt that around. See what you can do with that. And what else did I... And then I'm going to also use some fibers and threads. I found another piece of ribbon like that. And of course little pieces of fabric with just a small pattern on them. And I'll be using hand stitchery and hand embroidery, and there's some lace. I dyed some lace. I'll have to pick the camera up to see that, but I dyed some lace there, and here's some old lace, but it's not dyed, and I may use it just like that. And this is some gauzy, I don't know what this fabric, just some gauzy fabric. I dyed these fabrics with the same trims, I should say, that I'm using as well. Actually, the trims are little pieces of fabric, and I used the distress inks for those too. I also found some burlap, which I may or may not use, and I have some other silk. I've got several silk pieces. I like to use silk. They're easy to embroider through. So I'll be putting embroidery around my cottage, and as you can see, maybe, there's some trees that I painted there. So I'll be adding some French knot stitchery to the trees. I'm pretty much happy with the way the cottage is left alone. I may just enhance the windows a little bit, and something like that. And I'm going to do a lot of very abstract sort of embroidery on it. I may start off by laying down all the pieces that I'm going to put on. I may do that first by machine, just for speed, because my art piece is due pretty soon. I have to get it going to get it in on time. I'm asked to do it, and I'll let you know a little bit further how that works out. So that's going to be a little cottage collage. I definitely need to do something in the sky, and I don't want to really mess it up by painting a blue sky or something, because I like the autumn sort of colors. So I'm probably going to just streak fibers across it to look like clouds or something like that. But I want to have the contrast of the white, and then, as I say, I'll be using all sorts of little. I'll probably add some buttons. I'll probably add some, some trims that have maybe some leaves on or something like that. And I'll for sure be cutting these pieces of fabric smaller. I'm not going to use too much lace, but I am going to use, as I said, pretty much these items that I'm showing you here. I kind of like this collection. I think that all works together. So I'll just pick the camera up again and let you see, because I have a new tripod and I haven't sorted it out totally how to tip it and tilt it and do all that stuff. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll let you know how this goes. Bye for now.